we've got about 15 pounds of chicken breast that we've marinated overnight. I used a little bit of the quick and tender salt in there in the mix with some paprika, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, and just left it in the fridge overnight. Then this morning I put some buttermilk on it, or rather just some milk and some vinegar because I didn't have buttermilk, and let that sit for about 4 hours. We just got them out. We're draining them. We put them in a batter. Now, because we have so much chicken, this batter has 4 eggs in it and enough flour to make it like a pancake batter. And then next to it, we have seasoned flour. Now, this is just regular flour. I did put about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of baking powder in with it. Kind of gives it a little bit of fluff up stuff. So just a little bit of baking powder added in there. Garlic, pepper, paprika, some thyme, chili powder, and I think that's it. Because we had the salt already in the chicken when we put the salt, that Morton's quick and tender salt in there. It gives it kind of a cured flavor, more of a bacony flavor. So I only put a little bit in it because you go too much on it, you don't want to have all that salt in there. Then what I do is I put it in the batter and the dry flour, and then we fry it in some oil, and it came out really crispy, and it tastes wonderful. That is really good. So what we're doing with these, we are going to let them cool down, freeze them separately on a tray, and then put them in bags. Because I found out, my husband was buying chicken tenders, and for a 2.5 pound bag, I think it was something around $15. Our chicken breasts come in at between 5 and 6 pounds from each chicken. So we just processed a few chickens, and they were about 8 pounds on average. So their chicken breast was about 5 to 6 pounds each. No, actually, it was about 3. I can't remember. We doubled them up. So yeah, 6 pounds for 2 chicken breasts. So about 3 pounds of chicken breast each chicken. So we have here about 15 pounds of chicken breast. And of course, we just fried them up. So that makes a quick chicken tender. So we're going to do one real quick. We have some smaller ones, some larger ones. So we're just dipping that in there, coating it. And this again has a little bit of baking powder, flour, and eggs. And that's it. I like to keep my wet and dry separated on my hands. Otherwise, my hands get all the caking on it, all the batter. So this was for the wet, and then with the dry, just cover it with the dry and kind of give it a little bit of a squeeze just to get it on there really nicely. There you go. So I'm ready for the frying pan. So we've taken the chicken tenders, we've actually put them in the dry rub first. It's just flour with various spices. We've got onion powder, garlic, pepper. I've got some black garlic, which is not necessary. I got some toasted, roasted thyme, which is also not necessary. Got chili powder. You can put in whatever you like. Definitely put salt, pepper in there, maybe some garlic and onion powder, if that at all. The rest of it's up to you, whatever flavors you like. Put some baking powder in. Now I had 5 or 6 cups in here to start out with, so we could put them in the dry, then we'll put them in the batter, and then back in here into the dry. So for every cup of flour, I've put 1 teaspoon of each of these in there. Not the baking powder. The baking powder was like 1/8 of a teaspoon per cup of flour. And then for the batter, for me, I've got 6 eggs. Now you probably want 1 cup of flour to 1 egg. Maybe some salt and pepper or whatever. You just don't want to spice it up too much, otherwise it will be too spicy or too much of one flavor, not of the other. So again, we've got these that were already in this batter. Put them in the dry, then we'll just go ahead, and I actually want to keep my fingers a little bit dry if possible. Then we will put them in the batter, which is egg and flour, of course water too, to make it like a pancake consistency. Then it goes back into the, I'm going to let it drip a little bit. It goes back into the flour, and then I'll just coat it a little bit. Twist it and turn it, make sure it's got a lot of flour on it. There you go. Now you can double this up. We've done some that we have, that one would be ready to go. Now if you like the batter, you can put it yet again back into the egg and then back into the batter. That will give you a really thick batter.